on the 8 wide receivers, there's no way, no how that they'll have 8 wide receivers on the roster come week 1 against Las Vegas. So we're talking, 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks in a few days. But this tells you a little bit about the state of their roster. And again, they've been sort of a hot team, especially first it started local. Now it's spread to national. Whereas now the locals are kind of like, well, we've heard from different people, like you guys might be putting the cart ahead of the horse here, and we still got a long way to go with this roster. I think this tells you, Will, that they've got a long way to go with their roster. They don't have enough good players where they could look at their wide receiver room and say, you, and you. Yep, okay, we're good. Any one of the 3 you guys maybe is our 6th wide receiver if we wanted to do that, but then the rest of you, see you later, goodbye. No, instead, they keep a veteran in Kendrick Bourne, who hasn't been on the practice field since their in-stadium practice, I think now 3 weeks ago, as he got rolled up on in that one. They keep Javon Baker, who had a decent camp, actually pretty good to start, and then I think leveled off as a receiver, but it didn't happen in the preseason games for him at all. I think he had 1 catch in the preseason, had a dumb penalty, like different things there, but he's a gunner now for them. Marcellus Dial, who would probably have been their gunner opposite Brendan Schooler, he tore his knee up pretty early in camp, and Baker has sort of assumed that role, but it just goes to tell you, like, they just don't have enough. And I'll give you one other thing as I just sort of an overview of the initial 53, which again is going to change. It may change by the time you watch this. In fact, I would pretty much guarantee it'll probably have already changed by the time this is published and you watch it. Is like the depth at linebacker is scary. Jelani Tavai, we haven't seen since the first week of camp. He's been put on IR, but designated to return, whereas Jalen Polk, the wide receiver, on IR and his season is over. But it's like, yeah, turns out the rat was right. But if something happens to Robert Spillane, who I think is a solid player, a good player, certainly has done a nice job with the leadership of that group. Oh boy, I don't know what happens there. And if Tavai is not ready, for 4, 5, 6 weeks, whatever the case may be, and something happens to Spillane early, they've got problems. And then again, the offensive line, it's still it's not unsettled. I think they know where their 5 are. It's going to be two rookies on the left side, and Will Campbell and Jared Wilson. But Wilson sort of leveled off a little bit here. Garrett Bradbury hasn't had an awesome summer. He's going to be your starting center for now. And we've barely seen Morgan Moses. They've kept him on a pitch count, which makes sense. He's 34. I get it. But like, do you think he can play 17 games? Probably not.
Yeah. I just laugh because in a lot of these cuts, just across the league, and you saw with the Patriots and guys, a lot of these are not shocking. I think we always see the like, oh my God, Shiloh Sanders got cut, or oh my, you go, the list goes on and on. I just using Shiloh because of the outrage over a UDFA 6-string safety, but
maybe don't punch a guy in the face too in the preseason.
Yeah, that's my favorite tweet of all time. I'm going to frame that tweet. Like, how dare he get ejected? It's like, oh no, dude, like he threw a haymaker in a ref in a preseason game. This is kind of what happens. But no, my God, I'm curious. I actually get more excited about the waiver, wire, tomorrow, and even more so excited about what little moves people tinker with the next couple of days. Most people want to break camp, truly break camp. Though most guys will be off. Generally, the rest of the league, obviously, maybe outside of Dallas and Philly, but Thursday to Monday-ish, they'll practice Thursday and then be off for a couple of days. And the reason I say that is like any other trades, things like that, extensions usually happen in that like 48-hour window.
Mm-hmm.
Our window, everyone comes back from Labor Day, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're in a game week prep. They'll be in a game week prep this week too, but once the roster gets come down to 53, then you'll start to see game plans instituted. You'll see some, does an Alec Pierce or Romeo Doubs get moved? Probably not, but like maybe. And then what happens with Micah, but I know we have an ad to read. And then I do want to hit on the two guys that got extended or lack of extensions that they kind of did exactly what we said they should have done, especially when it comes to Trey Hendrickson.